Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be checking out the Moza Slypod, and this is a pretty unique slider that's also a monopod. So in this video we're going to unbox it, take a look at the features, and also produce some footage off of it. Alright, well hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let's get started. Alright guys, so I picked this thing up on Amazon, and this is the carbon fiber edition. They do have an all aluminum one, which might be a better deal. It is a little heavier, but it is somewhat updated. So this is an older version, I would say. So keep that in mind, but nevertheless, they are similar or pretty much the same. So this is the retail box that it comes in. It has a little nice handle on top here. Very nice presentation. There's a nice picture here of what it looks like. So let's go ahead and open it up. So it does come with its own case that also has a handle, and it is a hard shelled case. So we got the branding here, Moza Slypod. Very nice design. Looks like very high quality hardware here, and the zippers are smooth. So this is what it looks like inside, and you guys can see everything is organized very well in here. So you can use this case obviously for travel. So we have a little quick start guide that tells us all about the Slypod and how to use it. Very nice. A card on how to reach the company. A little cleaning cloth to, I guess, wipe down your equipment here. A USB Type-C charging cable to charge the Slypod. And here guys, you can see how well everything is organized. So we got the Slypod itself, the extension handle that's in wood, the main mounting plate mechanism, some very nice quality legs for the monopod option, another adapter. So let's start with the pod here, and right off the bat it's very lightweight and only weighs about 1.6 pounds, which is about 750 grams, so not very heavy. So we'll start at the front here. We have the mount, either the provided head or the adapter, the lock for that. So if it does come undone, it doesn't just fall off, it locks in there. We can see the extension tube inside, and that extends about 11 inches. So we got this nice heavy duty bracket here, and what's cool about this is we have some mounting underneath to mount the Slypod, or it also has the typical plate mount here that works on, you know, the more general tripods and very consumer friendly kind of mounting. So we got carbon fiber tubing, nice accents to Slypod here, big rubber handle that feels pretty tough. Moza branding on it. Going to the back, we got another little extension here with a button here that tells you what it does. So it's a power button. Also double clicking it pauses the operation, and triple clicking it retracts the whole thing and turns it off. Here we have a plus and minus for the operation to go forward or backwards, and our charging port is here also. And this little white line all around is a light ring that indicates power on, charging, and state of charge, things like that. On the bottom here we got a really tough gasket that's rubberized, and this is where our handle's gonna go. So this is the wood handle. So one side's the smaller thread and the other side's got a small thread also, but it could be unscrewed to have the larger, I guess, 3/8 thread. So yeah, the handle just screws onto here, just like that. And then we got these really nice legs, and it is aluminum with a rubber coating all around, and very nice to hold in your hand when they're closed. It feels very high quality and solid material here. And when you open the legs, we also have rubber feet on each corner. So as it sits, you know, it's very stable. And also there's a rubber gasket here. So the aluminum legs will go into the handle, and this is what it looks like. And now we can open it up, and we have a monopod, which is also a slider. So let's take a look at the options we have here. So there are only two more pieces left, which we have the main piece that comes with the Slypod, and the unfortunate part is they decided to use the more professional sized mounting here. I'm not too sure what it's called or what type it is, but it's the larger one where the more professional equipment is used. And it did come with a plate, but I'm actually using the plate right now to hold the camera I'm filming with, and so I can use the camera I'm recording with to jump on here and do the sliding motions. And so this thing's pretty cool because it's quite versatile. But let's go ahead and install it. And if you guys look on the bottom here, we have like a little mounting look thing, and there's a little cutout here, and the cutout actually for the lock on the slider itself. And then we got this nice big washer that you lock it in with. So yeah, we'll just simply drop in there. just like that, and it automatically locks in where you can't take it out anymore. So to pull it out, you just have to twist this thing where it kind of comes out the pin, and then it pops out. And then you tighten this washer here, the larger one, and it kind of all locks it in there. So this mounting only tilts and pans. It's not a ball action. If we loosen this knob here, we can go around in circles. And it's got pretty nice looking, maybe you guys can see marks there showing the increments. And it's very fluid. It's very like slow and smooth. And then we got the tilting, which is when we undo this knob. If we just push it in, it becomes loose. And it is incrementally moving on the little teeth. So once you let it go, it kind of locks in there. And then you lock it in completely, and that's how you can move this. So it's a pretty good thing because, you know, instead of having a ball, you would always have to worry about your tilting. But once you get this straight and you just need to go up and down and then side to side, you know, there's less to worry about being level and things like that. But I think, you know, in most people's cases, instead of using this provided mount, you can use this adapter that comes with it, and you guys can see it looks very similar to the other piece. It's just on this side we have the larger 3/8 bolt, and if we put this in here, lock it in. Now we can put whatever we want on here. So let's say you have your own ball mount and you want to use that, you can do that. And now we have our standard typical mount that comes pretty much on all consumer tripods. That sort of looks like this. You know, and now you can easily pop your camera on and off on this. So it doesn't really matter how you use it, but it does have, you know, these options that you can do. And obviously you have the permanent mount here for whatever you want to connect this to. But I do have this little tripod here that's pretty generic, and you know, this piece here, like I was talking about, fits in there perfectly, and you can lock it in, and there you go. You got yourself a mount just doing that, and you can quickly release it. So you don't have to permanently mount it. So I do like how versatile it is in the mounting. All right, so we got everything connected, and it's kind of like a monopod at this point. So you could, you know, run around with it like this, put your camera on it, and, you know, film while extending at the same time. And that's the point of, you know, having a monopod like this. And you can hold it here right at the end, almost at the legs, but you definitely got a better grip here on the wood part, and two-hand operation. So yeah. So if you need to go over pretty high over people's heads and things like that, this would work pretty well for that. So let's go ahead and power it on. And to do that, we're just going to click the silver button and hold it for a few seconds, and it should power it on here. And there it goes. And it glows green when it's on. So when the battery does get low, it turns like to orange. And when it's very low, it turns red, meaning it needs a charge. And speaking about the battery, it lasts about 2 hours. So yeah, it's not very long. Charges from 0 to full about 90 minutes or so. So not bad, but if you do use it a lot, it will need charging quite often. Clicking the plus button just a few times, we'll start moving it, and you guys can see it is moving apart or extracting. And you can control the speed of it by pushing the plus, and it'll go faster, and minus to slow it down. So yeah, very simple controls here right on the Slypod itself. So if I go back, I just keep pushing minus, it starts speeding up backwards. So you can go really slow. I'm going to click plus right now, and you guys maybe can see that I can really slow it down. Okay, that stops it. And so if I click it once, this is the slowest you can control it from the Slypod itself. So if you're going to do like a time lapse and you need it to be slower than this, or you need more controlled, then you're going to have to download the app that works with this thing and be able to do all that there, because it is capable of, you know, a lot more function than just what is on here by using the app. So for me, I use it just around the studio just to do some slider shots, and the reason I like this thing a lot is because it's so quick and easy to set up, and it mounts, as you guys saw, on the tripod really quick. Drop my camera in, I'm ready to go, you know. So that's what I mostly use it for, but you know, keep in mind this thing is capable a lot more than that. And I guess we haven't tried the other two functions here. If we click it twice, it just pauses whatever it was doing, so it just stops. And then if you click it 3 times, it turns off, so it retracts completely and just turns off the whole thing. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Once you're done, you just click it 3 times and it puts itself away. All right, so let's go ahead and turn it back on. And I'm going to set it down on the floor here. I have a Sony a7S III here that's, you know, pretty decent sized camera. It is full frame. I am sitting on carpet, so it is going to be a little wobbly here. You know, this is a scenario that you can use here. So I'm going to go ahead and start rising it. And you guys can see it going up. You know, this could be one of the shots that you use. It can handle about 40 pounds in vertical payload here. So that could be quite useful if you have a pretty heavy equipment, and you need to have some good vertical strength. Now, when it comes to horizontal handling, we have a different story. We have about half of what we could do, which is about 20 pounds. Well, it says 22 pounds, but it gets pretty severe already. I mean, this setup here maybe weighs about 4 to 6 pounds or something like that. It already feels a little bit, heavy. Obviously, it can handle it, no issues. It doesn't seem like we don't have any kind of too much of a flex here, so, but it is all straining somewhat. So if we retract, you can see here it's just fine, no issues. And it has plenty of power, obviously, for retraction. I think it's just, of what these tubes are capable of holding horizontally is not too much. So I wouldn't recommend, honestly, going over 10 pounds for sure. I would even say less than that. Now, that's not to say that it can't handle it. It's just I feel like that's too much and it'll overload it and probably make it unreliable and maybe even fail. So, but that's my opinion. And, for vertical, I totally see it could do pretty good weights, but horizontally, I wouldn't trust it completely with what it says. But yeah, at this point, you guys can see we have a really nice little monopod that's also a slider. And this is really good on the go. So if you go out to nature and whatever else that you film or do, this could work very well for those scenarios because it's just like a stick. So it's a monopod. And because we have the legs underneath, we can open them up and just set it down anywhere we need. And it's not as stable as I would like. It does, rock a bit here and there, but if you leave it alone, it does sit pretty flat. And if you have uneven ground, obviously that's going to be an issue too. So it's not a perfect solution, but it's nice that you can set it down. So I think if you don't expect too much out of this thing, it could be really good. For me, it works out well because it's really quick to get going. No matter what I'm doing, I can just pop it on the tripod like I showed you guys earlier and start doing some slides here and there. And if you put your camera on a ball like that, like I have right there, you can really orientate it in any direction. So you can have, horizontal, vertical, side to side motion. You can have so many different kind of angles. Now, where this thing can get really crazy is that if you do use a Moza 3-axis gimbal, then you can really get creative with this thing and have really interesting kind of robotic kind of movements paired with this Slypod. And, their app kind of integrates them together and makes it quite a unique thing. So that could be quite interesting. And another reason why you might want to consider this. But for me, I like tools simple. I like them to work the way they are. I don't enjoy using apps too much because it just wastes time and takes a long time to set up. And the Slypod here, even though it does have those capabilities, it's still simple enough for me to grab and just use, and that's what I like. So for the next part, let's roll some footage that I've already filmed in the past with this thing, and you guys can see what that looks like. So yeah guys, overall I really like this thing, and it's not perfect for sure. The extension part does have a little bit of movement in it, and whenever it's full extended, sometimes it will have a little bit of jerk depending on the angle and things like that. And also sometimes it does stop in more jerky ways. So it's definitely not perfect, but it does the job. Depending on what you're going to use it for, you could be very happy with it. Or if you need more precision and more perfection, you know, this might not be the answer to that. So all right guys, well, if you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button. And if you want to pick up the Slypod for yourself, I'm going to have some links in the description. Check it out. And if you enjoy videos like this and you want to see more, then stay tuned. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.